Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. So in this video, I'm going to do a review of last night's game because what a freaking game that was! Wow, what a game! I can't believe we're going to Game 7. I mean, I know I kind of called Montreal to win in 7, but I don't know that I really thought that would happen. Just unbelievable. So I'm gonna do a review for this game last night because it was just such a great game. I'm excited to do the review. So this is a review for last night's game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 6 of Round 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs, and it was an awesome game by Montreal. They were fantastic all the way through the defense, the offense, just all the way around. Special teams were amazing last night. And if you remember going into the series, I said special teams could be what, if your special teams are hot, you could be the team that wins. And in this case, last night, a super important game for Montreal. Their special teams were good by getting 2 power play goals and giving up no power play goals to Toronto in 4 attempts. So it was really, really good game all around for Montreal. So I'm going to tell you all about it. I got stats, I got all kinds of stuff, and we'll get it right into everything. So just before we get to that, if you are new to the channel, you're a Habs fan like me, and you want to see more of these great videos on Habs wins. I say great videos. I mean, that's kind of patting myself on the back. You decide. I mean, they're not great videos, but more of these kind of videos. Yeah, subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talk. And have seen my dog's trying to do my thing for me. All right, now that she's stopped, let's get into this game. So it was a 3-2 Montreal victory in overtime, in the first overtime at 15:15 of the first overtime. And if you remember my guess the score, I had it 3-2 Montreal. I said, I think overtime, but maybe not. So I kind of got the score, didn't get the goal score. Speaking of that, guess the score contest, this is also going to stand for next game. So if you want to guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, do that in the comment section. You could win a $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interact. I'm going to give my guess for it right at the end of the video. So let's get into the game. So like I said, 3-2 for Montreal, first overtime. In the game, first and second period, no scoring. This was at the beginning of the game. The game started out with great pace, great energy, both teams, back and forth. It was really great. I thought halfway through that first period, the pace kind of fell off. It even got, I was saying, it's getting kind of boring. So it was hard to keep up that pace, but it was still a big flow back and forth. I don't find at any time, maybe save for that little part of the third period where Toronto scored their 2 goals. I don't think at any time that Montreal let down. Other than that, it was, a 60-minute game minus those few minutes where they gave it the 2 goals. But listen, in the end, overtime victory, that's what matters. All right, so third period, 5:26 in, power play. On the power play, Perry gets a power play goal, gets his first from Toffoli. So this is in a scrum in front of Campbell after a Caulfield shot. Puck stays there, and they bang away at it, and it's all to one side of the net. They bang away, and then Perry is at the other half of the net. It's open, and the puck just pops out to him, and he has an open net, and Campbell doesn't get back. Now, this is challenged for goalie interference because Tyler Toffoli was kind of in the net, in the crease, and Campbell, he was kind of blocking Campbell, but he never touched him, and the puck was in the net before Campbell even tried to get over. So there was no goalie interference. It was challenged. Good goal. Montreal on the power play again. Now, I believe on that power play, just not too long into it, there was a second penalty for Toronto, and that puts Montreal up on a 5-on-3 because at 6:43, so you see, not that long after, Toffoli gets his first of the playoffs from, I should have put that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to put it. I guess I thought the I in Toffoli was the one. From Suzuki and Petrie. And so this is on a 5-on-3. Habs move the puck around. So they're moving the puck around the perimeter. At some point, it gets back to Suzuki on the right side, down low, And he just sort of feeds to Foley, who's in the low slot on the right side. And I don't know how else to describe it, but he kind of just swipes it past Campbell. On what did I put here? On an innocent looking shot. Yeah, it was kind of an innocent looking shot. You wouldn't have thought it went in. It went in. First goal. Toffoli got it. And just an amazing game. By the way, for people who did the Guess the Score contest, I just haven't looked. So by the tomorrow's game, for the pregame show, I'll announce if anybody won the Guess the Score contest. Honestly, I didn't look. So sorry, just we're too excited today, but I'll get to it. Don't worry about that. So yeah, like I said, it was an innocent looking shot. Habs are up 2-0 at this point, and it's like we're just freaking out. Now, Habs are up 2-0. That pressure on Toronto had to go up sky high to win this game. They have to win, and I mean they're all in this season. If they don't win, it's a disaster in Toronto. So the pressure ramped up. And on Montreal, at that point, there's no pressure because they're not expected to win. So they're up 2-0. And how much time we got left there? So we're looking at 13 minutes or so. And we're just hoping it stays like that. And we end up with a 2-0 game. But, of course, it's not going to be like that. And at 11:35 by the way, this was a 5-on-3 power play goal. At 11:35, Spezza gets his third from Kerfoot. And it happens like this. Leafs moving the puck around a lot like Montreal was. Except they're not on the power play. But they're moving the puck around the perimeter. I don't know who it was. Well, who got the assist? Kerfoot finds Spezza in the slot. And he just risks... his wrister beats Price. But it's funny because it flicks off of the end of Price's glove. So it goes off the glove, hits the crossbar, and then goes in. Not the crossbar, the post, and then goes in. So it's sort of like a pinball thing. So anyway, so I don't know. You can blame Price because he could have had that, could have caught it. Anyways, 2-1. And then not too long after, and that's like 5 minutes later, Brody gets his first from Engvall. And Brody's shot from the top of the right circle. And that goes off of Petrie's skate. So Petrie's, I mean, he's just trying to skate there. And it goes off the skate. And then they said, was that the knuckleball? No, that wasn't the knuckler. And deflects past Price. So, you know, he's set for the shot and just goes off the skate and changes direction just a little bit, throws him off. So, I mean, I don't know that you blame him on that one. So that's at 16:49. It's tied up, and there is just over 3 minutes to go. Tied. It looks like it's going to go to overtime, and it does. And in overtime, now this is really cool, but in overtime, 15-15 in, KK gets his third, and that is from Byron. And how did I write this? So Byron doggedly, he doggedly pursued the puck. I don't remember who it was that turned it over. And he creates this turnover just inside Toronto's line. And what he does, and I think, Dermott turns it over. So Byron, he gets the puck and he just faces the center of the ice, sees KK, delivers the pass, and KK skates in a little bit and risks the puck over Campbell's glove side. And so that's how you get that. And the puck, okay, this is what happened though. The puck hit Bogosian, who was the defender, and hit him on the inside of the thigh. And that just turned it into a knuckleball. And it just went, like, fluttered into the net. So it fooled Campbell. I don't know that you blame Campbell on that. I really don't. And, and Montreal wins, and we're all going crazy. Now, the interesting thing about that is, so this is what happened. Number 15, that's KK, scores at 15-15 of overtime. On the 15th shot of the overtime, and he had played exactly 15 minutes time on ice, and that was in his 15th playoff game. That's just, it's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's 6 number 15s. So this was like meant to be. This was meant to be at exactly that time, and all the 15s aligned, and beautiful goal by KK. Anybody thinks KK should sit again if they go far into these playoffs? Wrong-o. KK's a playoff performer. Playoff goals per game for elite centers under 21. Gretzky, .750. Yzerman, .710. KK, .466. Matthews, .422. He's ahead of Matthews under the age of 21 in goals per game during the playoffs. That's pretty awesome stat. So anybody thinking, well, KK's a bust and whatever. No, KK's slowly getting there. He's slowly getting there, and he's got some good signs that he's going to be a great player. Price was 41 of 43 and a 9.53 save percentage. Campbell, 28 of 21 for a 9.03. Shots on goal, 43 for Toronto, 31 for Montreal. Face-off percentage, 52% for Toronto, 48% for Montreal. So despite that, they still did well. And if I'm correct, if it was the third period, they kept, or maybe it was the overtime, when Toronto was really getting a lot of shots. Montreal was icing the puck to get it out of the zone. It was coming back. They were losing the face-off, and still Toronto couldn't score. Amazing. Power play, 0 for 4 for Toronto, 2 for 4 for Montreal. So that's great. The penalty kill was fantastic. There was some, I thought for sure a couple times they were going to get a power play goal. Penalty kill was fantastic. The power play unit that has been horrible got 2 power play goals. Hits-wise, and they were dominant physically. 44 hits for Montreal, 27 for Toronto. Toronto did not, they wore down. Montreal wore them down. They could. This is what we predicted going in. If it's a long series, Montreal needs to wear them down with the physical play, and they were doing that, and it was working. Let's see. Now, time on ice. Weber, 37.09. Sherratt, 35.22. So that power play, listen, Weber was fantastic. He was physical. He was making the plays. He wasn't getting caught. I thought Weber was fantastic. And listen, Sherratt didn't take any penalties. That's good. Petrie, 34.51 in ice time. I didn't mark Edmondson's, but on the offense, Deneau had 23.54. Evans was the second most used forward at 23.05, and then Suzuki at 21.50. On the defense, Gustafsson hardly used at 6 minutes 39 seconds, and Kulak at 6 minutes 13 seconds. If you ask me, I know Gustafsson had that big hit. It was a big hit on Simons, took him out. I don't know. Simons didn't seem to have that. He didn't fight. You would have thought there would be some scraps there, but so it was a big hit, but he was managed like. Sparingly used. I think at this point, you know what? I thought maybe, okay, Romanov doesn't get slotted in. It's game 7. He hasn't been used yet. But, if you're using Gustafsson and then Kulak has to pay the price on that little, then, why can't you do that with Romanov and get him some playoff experience? I don't think he's going to hurt you. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's no announcement yet if they're going to make any moves like that. In the first period, shots on goal, just to show you what happened there. First period, 9 for Toronto, 15 for Montreal. Montreal played better they were the better team in the first period, especially, I thought, in the first 10 minutes. But it's not that they were totally dominant, but I thought they were the better team. Second period, even shots, 6 each. Third period, Toronto tried to get the obviously to come back from the 2-0 deficit. They did. 15-8 were the shots. But Montreal, it wasn't like when Montreal has that bad second period, which they didn't last night. There was a little bit of a drop-off in the third. That's why the goals they gave up. They got their goals, and then they gave up their 2. But that was it. It was limited to that. Overtime, Toronto poured it on with shots, 13-2. Yet, one of Montreal's 2 counted. And that's what matters. And there you go. Habs 3 stars of last night. So just for the Habs, third star for me, Tyler Toffoli with a goal and an assist. He'd been quiet. It was his 3rd assist, I think. So that he was limited to 2 assists in the first 5 games. So he was quiet. He came up with a goal and an assist. Big. It's big. There's other guys you can put in third. There's a lot of candidates, but I took Toffoli. Second star, KK, got to give it to him. Overtime, game-winning goal. All those 15s. Listen, KK, he's a performer in the playoffs. KK is proving that this guy will step it up in the playoffs. I think that's fantastic. Second star, and of course, first star has to go to Carey Price, because Carey Price was enormously good in this. He was amazing. He's been amazing all playoffs. And Carey Price is like I said, people wanted Allen. Said, no, you're going as far as Carey Price will carry you, and he seems that he can carry you far. So just wanted to say, special teams, I said this also going into the series, that I think special teams could be a difference maker. Now, not that Montreal, but just whoever's teams, special teams, was probably going to be the winner. And I think in this game, at the very least, prove that point, because Montreal's special teams were good and Toronto's were not, and on a big game like this. Also, I just wanted to say, I'm a big believer that Game 5, the winner of a Game 5 is usually the team that goes on to win. That's my belief. Montreal won Game 5. In all previous series between Montreal and Toronto, the winner of Game 1 goes on to win the series. Montreal wins the series. Now, I don't know how much that plays, because it's been 42 years since there's been a playoff series between Montreal and Toronto. Another one that doesn't really play, but is interesting, is that every time Montreal and Toronto play in the playoffs, the winner of the series goes on to win the Stanley Cup. I don't think that'll be something, and could happen, but I'm not saying that, that's something that's going to happen. Montreal forechecked, played with urgency, played 60 minutes. You could say maybe there were a few minute period there where they didn't play the full, but mostly a 60-minute game. And I wrote mostly. No, I didn't write it there. Dominated physically. The pressure was all on the Leafs. There were fans in the stands here in Montreal, and I think all of these factors contributed to the win for Montreal. Probably some other things too that I forgot about here, but Game 7. So let's look at Game 7, and I'm going to give the Guess the Score contest guess. I say, as simple as this. Even though Montreal doesn't have the last line change, which could make a difference, but it basically rinse and repeat. Do what you did in last night's game, in Game 6, and just do that over again. And try to match lines as best as you can and keep the result the same. Shut down the big line. Marner, Matthews, and Hyman. Now, Leafs fans, I've seen on Twitter, Leafs fans have been ridiculously horrible to these guys on Twitter in comments. They might come out demoralized just by their own fans. And it's horrible that these fans, in a series that is not over, to do that to your team, and you're going to expect them to come out and wanting to win for you guys? I don't think so. So, shut down that big line, and you shut down the Leafs mostly, right? Especially with John Tavares out. And I think Foligno might be out again. So, especially with that, and you shut down that first line, you're in like Flint, Bob's your uncle. Just an interesting stat. Price is 2-1 in 3 career Game 7s that he has played, and he is a 1.62 goals against and a 9.44 save percentage in those 3 games. I like those numbers. I guess that's it. Let's go to the Guess the Score contest. So if you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, doesn't matter what team you pick that guy from, you could win the $10 prize or a $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interact. It is not an easy contest to win. So I don't know about last night's game because I didn't check, but there might be a winner there. But it's not. We've had only a few winners, I think 4 or 5 all season, so it's not an easy thing to win. So I'm going to go with, if I can find it. Yeah. I'm really, you know what? The pressure on Toronto to win in this Game 7, how they're demoralized, how they must believe they're cursed. How it has to be in their head. The choke word has to be in their head. I don't care what you say, it has to. All the pressure is on Toronto in this Game 7. There is none on Montreal. They weren't expected to get there. They weren't expected to win any games, even, by most people. There is nothing that may have the slightest little bit of pressure, but nothing at all like Toronto. So with that combined, I say this is going to be I don't know how close it'll be. 4-1 for Montreal. 4-1 Montreal. You know what? I'm going to give this kid the first goal. Evans. 4-1 Montreal, Evans. I'm getting more confident. I like Montreal's chances in this series, in Game 7. Because, like I said, I think the Toronto Sticks, they're going to grip them so tight and be so anxious about making mistakes and costing a goal or giving up a goal. I think it's going to be a big factor in this game. So let me know what you think in the comment section. If you agree with me, let me know your guess for the Guess the Score contest. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, haven't subscribed yet for whatever reason, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's down there, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to be on pregame show tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The game starts at 7, so I'll be on for the game at 7. Hopefully you'll check that out. Come in. We'll have a lot of fun hanging out together, talking about the game, and everybody watches the game on their own, but we have a lot of fun there, so hopefully you'll check that out. And that is it. Peace out, y'all. See you next video. Bye, everybody. Go Habs, go! Boom!